In today's news story, we're going to be discussing the newly released images from the Jamie Lloyd Company's adaptation of Romeo and Juliet. So stay tuned and let's get into it. Recently, the Jamie Lloyd Company posted a handful of stills from their latest play based on Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. The stills were taken by London-based photographer Mark Brenner, who captured the cast during rehearsals and production. The West End production opened up its doors to audiences for the first time on Tuesday night. In the first still, we see the play's titular characters played by British actors Tom Holland and Francesca Amewudah-Rivers, gazing lovingly at each other. Now, I know it's just a still, but you can feel the chemistry coming from the two actors. Their facial expressions and body language are enough to convey the love you'd expect from actors playing the tragic couple. Of course, that's just my take on the image. I know some people who would disagree with my observation. Next up, we have individual stills of the actors staring off into the distance, pondering about something. Perhaps the conflict they have to deal with since meeting and falling in love, or their own personal struggles as individuals. If you know your Shakespeare, you already have some idea of what both characters are contemplating in a moment. I really love the minimalist design of the production, which has been modernized in a way that gives the timeless story a breath of fresh air. Overall, the production design shares a similar style to previous plays made by Jamie Lloyd, whose distinctive vision is still a marvel to behold, regardless of what story he has decided to produce. Looking at any of his plays, the production company owner and director has proved that you can still have an impactful play without a lavish showcase of props, costumes, and sets. What matters first and foremost is the acting, writing, and direction. The last image features Romeo and Juliet, along with Friar played by Michael Balogun. Although the aforementioned actor seems to be positioned central in relation to his co-stars, he's actually in the background. The focus is firmly on the two leads who are engaged in a conversation. For anyone who might be curious about the play, this is probably the best look at the production, which has been highly anticipated since it was first announced earlier this year. These stills have been released to coincide with the play's opening night. It also aims to give people a glimpse at the much talked about production. Prior to the play's release, Romeo and Juliet has been faced with backlash and controversy from the British public and the wider world. While people have praised Tom Holland's casting as Romeo, the same can't be said for his co-star / lead actress Francesca Amewudah-Rivers. She has been the target of disgruntled people who have flooded social media to air their hatred over her casting. The racist comments aimed at the actress has been downright appalling and degrading in ways you can't imagine. It's comparable and in some ways worse than when Halle Bailey was cast as Ariel in Disney's The Little Mermaid live-action remake. In case your attention span is limited or you live under a rock, that wasn't so long ago. Going further back in time and sticking to the world of theatre, there was the controversy surrounding the original West End production of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, when it was announced that British actress Noma Dumezweni was cast as Hermione Granger. Fans of the character were outraged over her casting. At the time, many people felt that a black actress had no right playing a role that was previously established as white in the books and films. As far as I can remember, this was one of the first major instances of an actor of colour being attacked for getting cast as a fictional character. Just like the aforementioned women, Amewudah-Rivers is now facing a similar battle that has repeatedly come and gone over the years. I guess the cycle of hatred for actors of color cast in traditionally white roles is just inevitable at this point. It shows that the world at large is still against diversity despite the changing times. It's not the first, and it wouldn't be the last time that an actor of color has played a Shakespearean character. There are countless examples of productions over the years, and even more recent where Romeo and Juliet have been played by black performers. The one that instantly comes to mind is the 2013 Broadway production of Romeo and Juliet. American actress and four-time Tony Award nominee Condola Rashad played Juliet, while her co-star and English actor Orlando Bloom played Romeo. Sticking to the US, in 2022, the Atlanta Shakespeare Company's production of Romeo and Juliet cast Destiny Freeman as the titular female lead. She starred alongside Sariel Toribo, who played her Romeo in the American-based production. Next up, we have Naya Vanessa McCalla, who played Juliet in the Youth Shakespeare Festival's production of Romeo and Juliet. The 2023 play centered on the actress and a co-star Ty Fanning, who played Romeo. Admittedly, this might be more obscure than the other examples on this list. Moving over to the UK, we had Shalisha James Davis as Juliet in the Royal Exchange Theatre's production of Romeo and Juliet. The 2023 Manchester-based production saw the British actress starring alongside Connor Gleam, who played Romeo. Finally rounding out this list we have Machibon's Romeo and Juliet, where Monique Jonas played Juliet between 2023 and 2024. This version of the classic story was a ballet as opposed to a play, which technically counts as theatre. I'm sure the aforementioned performers face some challenges taking on their respective roles, but they have never had to enjoy any of the hurdles that Amewudah-Rivers and others have had to deal with in the age of social media. They've managed to go under the radar and avoid a lot of the online brutality that often comes with colorblind casting traditionally white characters. It begs the question, why were they overlooked and not Amewudah-Rivers? Race aside, the only logical explanation is that she's being targeted simply because she's in a high-profile project. This probably wouldn't have blown up as much if it wasn't for the fact that Tom Holland was one of the headline acts. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Holland is responsible for any of the criticism aimed at his co-star, but I'd argue that his presence has put a bigger spotlight on display because of his popularity as an actor. It's likely that Amewudah-Rivers' casting would have gone unnoticed if she was starring opposite a lesser-known actor. Funnily enough, it's not the first time that someone starring opposite the Hollywood star has received negative press. Zendaya, the actor's girlfriend and co-star in the Sony/Marvel Studios Spider-Man films, was faced with backlash from fans of the popular superhero. Many were against the actress for playing Michelle MJ Jones, a character who is loosely based on Peter Parker/Spider-Man's love interest Mary Jane Watson. Again, the main issue was racism. Black actors taking on high-profile/popular roles will always have issues being accepted by so-called purists. Excuse me for the rant, but it's just hard to sit back and remain quiet when someone gets bashed for her appearance and skin color to the degree that Amewudah-Rivers has been subjected to publicly. She doesn't deserve that level of abuse from anyone. Anyways, I didn't just make this video to rant about the controversy surrounding this play. I came here to discuss the images and also take an in-depth look into Amewudah-Rivers' background. I think it will help some people understand why she was more than just a diversity hire or an attempt at creating buzz just to sell tickets, as some people seem to believe. Oh my god. Honestly, people will say anything to justify their racism. The reality is that she landed the role based on her talent as an actress. She wasn't just handed the role because of her ethnicity. She had to audition for the role, which was open to a number of actors from different ethnicities and backgrounds. The 26-year-old actress comes from Brighton, a seaside resort located in southeast England. The actress was raised in a village near Brighton by a Ghanaian father and a Nigerian mother. She comes from a family who doesn't have the same musical skills as the actress, who is a skilled classical and jazz pianist who also plays guitar, bassoon and djembe drum. In 2013, she auditioned and earned a place in the National Youth Theatre, a pioneering youth arts charity that nurtures creative expression, personal well-being and skills development, engaging thousands of young people aged 11 to 30 around the UK every year. Before joining the organization, drama was always a hobby for the talent, who then decided to pursue it as a career. Based on her experience and exposure as part of the NYT, she decided to devote her studies specifically to the arts. Eventually, she applied to a course which gained her entry into the elite Oxford University. During her first year, the actress landed a role in Four Lions, a production of the 2010 Chris Small's film of the same name. Eventually, she became the president of the Oxford University Dramatic Society and started Oxford's first all-BAME drama society. The latter encouraged more people from diverse backgrounds to pursue acting. In 2018, Amewudah-Rivers spearheaded Oxford's first all-BAME show, featuring a cast and crew of 40 people of color. She adapted the script and music for Medea, a Greek tragedy written by Euripides. The production was performed at the Kebble O'Reilly Theatre, where it had a successful run. In 2021, she was awarded the Evening Standard Future Theatre Fund Award for audio design. The talent was amongst 12 recipients to receive an award that year. The following year, she became a finalist for Best Score at the British Short Film Awards for Work on Minutes, a 2022 short film directed by Olivia Dowd and Alex Eve. The 40-minute short film is available to stream on Vimeo. Even before she was recognized for her work as a composer, Amewudah-Rivers was involved in making music for a handful of projects. She had composed and adapted Medea, a 2021 short film directed by Rifi Ahmed. As well as composing music for a number of productions, the talent would pursue acting. The actress made a theatrical debut in Ordinary Miracle, a 2021 play written and directed by Masha Kevinova. It was based on the romantic Russian fantasy and devised with Britain's best young creative team from the NYT Rep Company. Ordinary Miracle is a brave new poetic and musical multidisciplinary production, a story with music about our need to connect with other humans and how love leads to ordinary miracles. Amewudah-Rivers played young mother / hunter's apprentice / musician in the production, which ran from Friday the 2nd of July 2021 to Sunday the 4th of July 2021. For a follow-up role, the actress starred in Animal Farm, a 2021 play written by Tati Hennessy and directed by Ed Stabullion. The production was based on George Orwell's 1945 novella of the same name. There she played Benjamin, a donkey and one of the oldest animals on the farm, and a recurring character throughout the story. The play was one of the first productions made by the National Youth Theatre (REP), following restrictions being lifted and theatres in the UK being reopened after lockdown. Next up, she starred in Othello, a play based on William Shakespeare's 1603 play of the same name. The 2021 production was airbridged by playwright Zephyr Benson, directed by Oliver Award-winning theatre director Miranda Cromwell, and associate director Mumba Dodwell. Amewudah-Rivers played Othello, the titular character in her first ever lead role. This also marks the first time that the actress was involved in a stage adaptation of Shakespeare's work. For the production, Amewudah-Rivers played a queer gender-bent version of Othello. Another unique change to the story is the setting, which takes place in and around Club Cyprus in Manchester in 1991. The play focuses on Othello's relationship with Desdemona and explores themes of love, jealousy, systematic racism, and misogyny through the lens of crime and power. The production was a collaboration between Royal and Derngate and the National Youth Theatre. Shortly after leaving the NYT Rep Company to pursue other opportunities, the rising star landed a role in Antigone at the Colchester Mercury Theatre. The production was based on Marilyn Thang's award-winning play, which was adapted from the Arthurian tragedy written by Sophocles. Amewudah-Rivers played Ismene, a central character in the play and Antigone's older sister. The latter character is played by the actress's co-star, Adeola Yemitan, in a theatrical debut. Ismene serves as a foil to Antigone, showing off the character's opposite traits, while Antigone's role is to show a loyalty and also a stubbornness. Ismene's role is to reflect those who are too afraid to stand up against immoral acts and cruel leaders. Next up, the actress starred in Macbeth, a 2022 production based on William Shakespeare's play of the same name. This marked the second time that the actress was cast in a Shakespearean production. There she played one of the witches as well as Macduff, a prominent character within the story. The actress was one of 10 performers to star in the production, which was directed by Sarah Francom at Shakespeare's Globe / the Globe Theatre. Following her last role, the actress took a backseat from acting and focused on her first love, music. She performed alongside actor and writer Tanya Nawachukwu in a play titled The Kolanut Does Not Speak English. The play follows Tasha, a 20-something-year-old British-Nigerian woman who is overworked and overwhelmed by her life in northwest London. Amongst her concerns is a grandmother who she struggles to communicate with fluently in Igbo, and a houseplant which she barely manages to keep alive. Amewudah-Rivers plays the talking drums throughout the performance, which uses the instrument to set the tone of the narrative, as described by her co-star who plays both the lead character and the narrator in the production. In 2023, the actress appeared in Schoolgirls, or The African Mean Girls Play, a production written by Joycelyn Bio and directed by Monique Tuko. Set in 1986, at Ghana's prestigious Aburi Girls Boarding School, the play is centered on Queen Bee Paulina, who along with her classmates are eagerly awaiting the arrival of the Miss Ghana pageant recruiter. Paulina is in the top position to take the title until her dominance is threatened, when a talented new transfer student, Erica, arrives. Amewudah-Rivers played Gifty, one of 6 female students featured in the production. There she played a supporting role in the play, which explores a number of themes such as colorism, racial identity, body image, and complex family dynamics. The play was showcased at the Lyric Theatre / Lyric Hammersmith. Finally completing acting credits is a role in the BBC 3 sitcom Bad Education. She makes her first appearance in the 2022 reunion special and later reprises a role in series 4 and 5 of the hit comedy series. The show follows Class K, a group of dysfunctional pupils attending the fictional Abbey Grove School in Watford or Thring, Hertfordshire. The class is taught by former students turned teachers Stephen and Mitchell, played by Leighton Williams and Charlie Wenham. Amewudah-Rivers plays Blessing, a Class K pupil who has a knack for coming up with scams programs to make quick money from her classmates. I wouldn't say this is the best showcase of the actress's talents, but it definitely shows off her charisma in spades. There's plenty of episodes which focuses on her character's relationship with her friends that really elevates the show as a whole. You can watch the full series online on BBC iPlayer. Despite everything I've covered in this video, there are still some people who will never accept the actress and continue to hate on her without any real justification. It's sad, but that's just the reality for people who are fueled by their hatred for anything diverse in entertainment. The naysayers might be out in full force trying everything in their power to destroy Amewudah-Rivers online, but she's not standing down. Not now, not ever. Thankfully, since the beginning of the controversy surrounding the talent, she has had the full support of her loved ones and her peers in the industry. As soon as the racists came out of the woodwork, her employer, the Jamie Lloyd company, released a statement to make it clear they wouldn't tolerate any form of racial abuse hurled at their leading lady. Because of the vast amounts of people spamming various social media posts promoting the show, the company and others have had to disable the comment section. Mind you, that's just a small way of quelling some of the keyboard warriors. What really drowned out a lot of noise from the haters was an astounding call to arms from the actress's peers. Over 800 predominantly black female and non-binary actors signed an open letter in solidarity with Francesca Amewudah-Rivers. The letter was organized by British actress Susan Wokoma, who is best known for her roles in the Enola Holmes films and E4's Chewing Gum. She conceived the letter with her longtime friend, Somalia Noni Sitan, a British, Jamaican and Nigerian playwright and screenwriter known for her work in theatre. The creative is also known for writing and directing A Response to Your Message, a 2020 short film that addresses the resurgence of BLM protest, exploring what it's like to be a black woman and how to exist in and reclaim space. The film features Wokoma reading a deeply personal letter written by the filmmaker. I highly recommend checking out the 10-minute long short film, which is available for free online. The letter written for Amewudah-Rivers is just as impactful and even more inspiring as the pair's previous efforts at tackling something of this magnitude. Here's what was written. When news of Francesca Amewudah-Rivers' casting in the Jamie Lloyd's production of Romeo and Juliet was announced, so many people celebrated and welcomed this news. Many of us took to social media to shower our baby sis with love and congratulations. A huge deal for someone so young in their career. A huge rise in talent. But then what followed was a too familiar horror that too many of us visible black dark-skinned performers have experienced. The racist and misogynistic abuse directed at such a sweet soul has been too much to bear. For a casting announcement of a play to ignite such twisted, ugly abuse is truly embarrassing for those so empty and barren in their own lives that they must meddle in hateful abuse. Too many times black performers, particularly black actresses, are left to face the storm of online abuse after committing the crime of getting a job on their own. We welcome the Jamie Lloyd's company's statement, and we hope that their statement will extend to committed emotional support for Francesca on a journey with the production. Too many times theatre companies, broadcasters, producers, streamers have failed to offer any help or support when their black artists face racist and misogynistic abuse. Reporting is too often left on the shoulders of the abused, who are also then expected to promote said show. We want to send a clear message to Francesca and all black women performers who face this kind of abuse. We see you. We see the art you managed to produce with not only the pressure that your white colleagues face, but with the added traumatic hurdle of misogyny. Those that came before you are by your side. Those waiting in the wings are by your side. Allow yourself space to play and find joy in this role that your hard work and commitment has brought forth. We are so excited to watch you shine. Every town that rises up against you will fall. And to the keyboard warriors who feel discomfort in our visibility, cry on the internet all you want, but we are here to stay. Undoubtedly, the support will go a long way in resting some of the actress's feelings over the backlash. Amewudah-Rivers has remained silent for most of her ordeal. Instead of acknowledging the backlash, she has chosen to focus solely on her work. The actress has been working hard to ensure that she does her role justice. Almost 3 weeks since the play's opening, Amewudah-Rivers' acting as Juliet has mostly been praised by critics and patrons. Despite some issues with aspects of the play, the young talent has been singled out as one of the highlights of the ensemble. To show her gratitude to her fans and supporters, the actress posted a short message on her Instagram profile. The message reads, "Thank you so much for the support. All the kind words and messages of solidarity empower me every day to step on stage, to continue on this journey. The encouragement and love you've shown me reminded me that I'm not alone. I stand on the shoulders of a long line of black artists who have paved the way towards authentic creative expression within the arts. Thank you for your craft, passion, and inspiration. The actress's message is written in such a way that it negates the negativity of the controversy and shifts the focus on the positivity. Regardless of the people rallying against her, the actress's reputation and career will remain unaffected. Amewudah-Rivers will only go on to make even more greater strides in her career going forward. She's a bona fide star. While I would love to watch the play and experience the actress's performance firsthand, it's unlikely that I'll be able to attend any of the showings. Currently, most of the shows listed are sold out, and tickets are pricey. It's way too high for this small YouTuber's budget. Still, I encourage those who can afford to go to the theatre to at least consider watching his play, which is on for a limited time. The show will run from now until Saturday the 3rd of August. So what are your thoughts on the Amewudah-Rivers controversy? Have you seen the play, or are you planning to watch it? Share your thoughts and let me know in the comments down below. Anyways folks, that's all for now. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed the show. Please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment below. And hey, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea. And that's okay. Just remember to take care and stay safe.